Good morning, this is Mr. Mishmish, and this is my latest Speedpaint of the character Nyx from the game Hades. That game was recently given Game of the Year by several places, so pretty big. It's very fun. I've played it quite a lot myself, many hours. Perhaps managed to binge drawing anyway. I was trying to focus on giving her kind of that mysterious and aloof personality that I feel that she has in the game. That's one thing that I in particular love about Hades, how each of the characters have very distinct personalities that you can see through the voice acting and the art and even the music, you know. So yeah, I tried to emulate that a little bit here. Here you can see that is a mistake that I made actually. You can see that now I've drawn her body quite clearly and I'm now drawing the clothes on top of it. Whereas earlier I tried just drawing the clothes straight away, which doesn't work as well because it's harder to figure out how the clothes lay on the body without first drawing the body, if that makes sense. So of course here I start with just a line art layer, but as I work forward, here you see I've made another layer for just the greys and the whites and the blacks because I find that helps me figure out the composition of the piece a lot better because that's something that I used to struggle with a lot. So if I just focus on the tones first, that really helps me because I can tend to get a bit carried away with colour. If you've seen any of my more bright pieces, you'll probably be able to see that for yourself. I don't think about tone at all if I let myself just put colour on straight away usually. So yeah, and the other nice thing about this is you can think about shadows and lights and highlights. It's a bit of a technical thing. I've got all of these greys and whites in a separate layer as well. And then after this, I'll put in another layer for the colour on top. So it's called the layer setting its colour first, and I put a difference layer on top because I think that has some pretty groovy effects with the colours. Yeah, here we go. So now this is the colour layer that I'm making right now with a very mild gradient because, you know, I felt like it. And this one on top with the really weird colour effects, that's that difference layer. And all I'm doing here is just picking random colours to put on top and seeing what I think looks good. When I've got something that I think looks good, I think, okay, cool beans, let's go. And I merged all the layers together into one layer. I think I might have kept the background separate on this one, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, here I'm colouring the line art a bit just to make it pop a little bit more. And there you go. So now you can see on layer 4, that's the one that I'm currently working on. And layer 5, the one below, is sort of like my backup layer. So I've just got the version of how it was all originally when I first merged it, just in case when I'm making these changes straight on that layer. If I mess it up, I have a backup I can go to. So now I'm just using my standard, you can see it's called on the right hand side there, Simple Bar S Hard. That's just a basic, really basic brush. It's just a round thing that gets larger and smaller depending on how much you press with it. No opacity changes because I like my lines to be quite sharp when I've got full opacity, like, you know, when it's really strong. So there you go, really. Just working away there. Oh, I really like working on her hair as well. That's probably my favourite bit of this, trying to make it flow and look like I fell into the background a little bit. There were some struggles that I incurred because of merging everything into one layer. I'm starting to think maybe it's not such a good habit for me to have. For example, you can see in the middle of the piece there's a textured sort of area, and because it's all in one layer, if I then go over that with my brush, it's really obvious what I've done. It doesn't sort of merge in smoothly because you've got the background which is all textured and then you've got the normal untextured pen on top, so it's quite easy for you to see that they don't really fit together. It doesn't look so good, so I sort of left the bottom alone when otherwise I would have liked to actually have changed it. So I'm gonna have to figure out maybe some new layering techniques over the next, month or two. yeah, I changed her eyes too, but that's because I thought it looked kind of cool to have, you know, I knew that her eyes were that sort of yellowy colour, but of course it should be inverted, shouldn't it? The iris should be yellow and the middle bit should be dark, but I kind of enjoy drawing robotic kind of eyes, so a bit of artistic license there. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything that you'd like me to talk about in another video. I'm a bit shy, but I'll try to express my knowledge as best I can. Oh, I love that little spell. Look at its expression. It's like, why am I here? What am I doing? It's such a little goof. I love that. I love drawing little skulls. Yeah, that's about the end, I think. I hope you enjoyed the video, and again, please do let me know if you have any feedback or things you'd like me to talk about. Is my voice annoying? Would you just like more videos with just the music? Because I totally understand if that's the case. And I'll see you on the next video.